Hey guys, back for some more frequently asked questions. I'm Dan with West Valley Technical Services. Let's take a look at our first question is, do I really need to use antivirus software? Okay. In most cases, the answer is going to be yes. If you're running on a Mac, no, the built-in anti-malware stuff that they've built into Mac OS will probably be just fine. If the question is really, should I be using third-party antivirus, let's cover that. If you're running Windows 10, the built-in anti-malware software is about 90% effective. So if that's good enough for you, that's fine. There's not really a need to use third-party software. If you wanted to get more like 98%, we'd recommend Avast or maybe Bitdefender. Those are freebies. It's not really worth paying for antivirus, so that would be our best answer to that. Do you really need to pay for antivirus? No. Do you really need third-party antivirus? Up to you if you want more than 90% effectiveness, and if you're running Windows. All right, let's look at our next question. Do I really need to let my laptop battery fully drain once in a while? Now, this is a carryover from back in the old days when we used nickel-cadmium batteries. What would happen is, if you didn't drain the battery regularly, it would develop a memory, and you'd only have a tiny bit of capacity after a while. Well, that has mostly been resolved with the newer lithium-ion polymer batteries that most laptops use nowadays. If this is a laptop that you maybe use as a desktop, like it never moves, you never take it anywhere, I don't think there's anything wrong with just leaving it running all the time, having it always plugged in, whatnot. If it's something that you use regularly, like you're always running it off the battery, lithium-ion batteries will develop a memory, but it's nowhere near as bad as the older nickel metal hydride, nickel cadmium, that kind of stuff. Meaning you may only lose like 10% of the capacity overall over the life of the battery. Batteries only last 1 to 2 years anyway, typically. So honestly, I don't think that's something you need to concern yourself with if you have a newer laptop. If it's something really ancient, obviously it might be time for upgrading anyway. So that's the best answer we can give there. Do you really need to? No, not really. That's a carryover from the old days. All right, let's look at our last question. Why does each user need their own username and password? In a corporate environment, we manage everybody's usernames and passwords centrally on a server. And so it's important for the IT department to be able to know who's logged into what. I know that we use it when we're trying to remote into somebody's computer because we can see at a glance who's logged into what computer. And if we get an email from Nancy saying, hey, I need help with such and such, we can quickly look at our list of computers and search for Nancy, and we can see which computer she's logged into. We know exactly which one to get into. So there's some practical reasons there. It's also good for security because my files, if I log into this computer and then one of our other team members logs into it later, he can't see my files. They're segregated. So my documents and stuff aren't accessible to everybody else. So there's obviously some security measures there, practical reasons. So yes, those are the main reasons why. If you're a medical office, whatnot, it's actually required by HIPAA compliance to have different user accounts. That way you can do forensic analysis, like who logged in where, on what computer, and accessed what file, because the server and stuff can log all that information. So hopefully that gives you a good enough answer for that one. And that is it for this session. If you would like us to cover something specific that maybe you haven't seen in all of our other previous videos, our website is wvtsboise.com. You can just use the contact form there. Let us know what you think. We'll be happy to add something if it's something we think should be in here. And our phone number is 208-477-1837. I'd love to hear from you. If you need a hand with any of the stuff that we mentioned on any of these sessions, we're always happy to help. And we'll see you in the next video.